afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Heath. This is Medford Family Farms. We've got a beautiful February day. It's about 65 degrees, and we are going to go on the hunt for some lower moisture ready to burn wood, because we just recently installed a new Heatmaster G7000 wood boiler. It's a gasification, downdraft gasification boiler, and I went and did a little scavenge run the other day, and I'll try to put a clip of that in here. I found some dead standing ash, and when I checked it with the moisture meter, it was actually at like 26 or 27, 28%, something like that. So it wasn't quite ready. It was a little damp. I mean, I know the dead standing stuff is nice to use and available, whatnot, but it did good this week in the boiler. This stove likes, in that 20 to 25% moisture range. There's actually a setting on the app, and I'll try to link a screenshot of that right here, and you can change the setting for these. It shows dry wood, seasoned wood, and wet wood. It has those three different selections that you can select for what you're burning. Now, that being said, wet wood don't mean you can cut it today and burn it tomorrow. The wet wood range was from, I want to say, 25 to 30 or something, or 25 to 35% or something like that. Like I said, I'll put a picture of that right here, where it shows the differences and what that could be. But anyways, there's three selections, and the dry wood being even drier. The dry wood is like below I think 20% or whatever. But anyways, but you can tell this thing kind of just, when it's not in a heat cycle, which right now the bypass door is open up there, letting everything go out to the atmosphere, but whenever it's not, it's burning, pulling the fire down through there, which I've got a short out about that. So anyways, long story short, we'll go try to find some better ready to burn wood, just so I can finish out this year. This tote, which you can see, still probably has a little less than half in there, I would say. And I didn't have it full, I didn't have it stacked full, but that tote right there lasted me right at a week. Actually, it's a week today. No, we're not having super cold temperatures, so it's not burning near as much, but I'm doing quite a bit better than my conventional boiler. So stick around, stick with me, and I'm gonna get a couple things in place. Got the tractor. I'm gonna go get the tractor and get the splitter hooked up and get it stationed, and then we're gonna cut and split some wood today. So hang around. Here we go. We're gonna cut this dead oak. Timber! Shit down. Watch that one little limb up there. Got caught in it. She got a quick trip. Not too shabby for a novice guy. Good old locust. And it's dead. I mean, you can see the top blowed plumb out of it. Well, that didn't work out like I planned. Whatever. Now let's see if we can get that thing to go down. Let's get skinny. By George. We got her. That is pretty handy. Pull right away. Alright guys, as you can tell, we drug the butt log back by the splitter. This one I'm not going to do that with, just because there's 4 or 5 different pieces, so I'm going to do it a little bit different. I'm actually going to take and I'm going to take the Mingo marker, and I've since switched up, being as I got my new boiler. I'm cutting all of my boiler wood 20 inches, so I ordered a 20-inch Mingo marker wheel, which is quite a bit bigger than the 16 far as diameter. So I'm going to mark all this stuff, and then once I mark all this stuff, what I'm probably going to do is, just so I can finagle in and out of the woods, is I'll take and cut it probably every 4th Mingo marker mark, and then from there I'll grapple with the tractor and pack it back. So here we go. We're gonna check some moistures too before we even split it. Never had a moisture meter until just the other day when I got my new boiler. And that new boiler come with a, I guess, a Heatmaster branded moisture meter. Probably made by someone else, I don't know. But needless to say, it come with it. Let's see what. Look at that, 43. So this stuff, which I knew was not going to be ready to burn. Let's check the Locust. Oh, the Locust is at 26%. That piece is at 26%, 27. Might be able to burn that stuff. there it is, guys. We took what little bit, that's from start to finish of what we got. It's not but, oh, probably a face cord or so, maybe a little bit more, I don't know. As you've seen, the Locust tested in at like 26 or in that ballpark, and then all the oak is testing high 30s, you know. Some of it was 40, some of the bigger pieces or whatever. It was all dead standing stuff, but that is to prove that just because there's dead standing oak don't mean it's dry and ready to burn. So we're going to get it stacked up and stacked in a tote and taken over to dry. The Locust that was like 26% or whatever, it's going to get burned in my boiler this week. I've got some other stuff that's ready to go. I got enough to get me through the week, or through a couple weeks anyways, as far as dry stuff. Being I just switched from a conventional boiler, I was not used to keeping any dry wood. What dry wood I had, I sold, which was a mistake on my part, but I do have a little bit of dry wood, enough to get me through. My dad's got enough. Me and Dad has split a good bit down at his place. Not that he ain't split a bunch too, but I went down there a couple days and helped him cut and split. He's actually how I got started with my boiler till I got some good stuff. I've still got some more dead stuff that's up in the woods that is for sure, you know, been laying dead for a while, some maple and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go back into that here in just a few minutes, but I think that's enough for this one. I'm gonna cut it short here and say thanks to everyone who's tuned in and stuck around this long. It's something, this ain't something I have to do. I don't venture to think to see that this will ever pay my bills and I don't anticipate that, but I enjoy it. I enjoy everyone that I've got to meet along the way with YouTube, and I've got to give back to the community, or at least what I feel has given back. I want to do some more walk around tutorials of my splitter and how I've done it. It's been a long process, but I've made this big mess of spaghetti right here that looks horrible, but when you step back and look at it, it's not really all that bad. It's just compact. If it was stretched out, excuse me, if it was stretched out, it'd be all right. But I've built this splitter with little to no outgoing cost in it. It's stuff that I've scavenged. I did have to buy a regen valve, a dump valve, and a pump. I did some work for the engine and the splitter. I did pay some 10, 12, 13 years ago. I paid $500 basically for the splitter, and the only thing that's left on it that is original is the push block and the I-beam. That's it. There's not a single thing left on this thing that's original. So anyways, thank you guys for sticking around. Please like and subscribe. We've got some more content coming out soon. We've got the Hoosier Firewood Hysteria coming up in May that we're all pretty excited for. So if anyone watches this long and sees this, we would like to see anyone in the Indiana area be able to come out and support the veterans. We're not doing this for YouTube. We're using YouTube to try to boost it into something bigger and get more help. We've got 9 tractor trailer loads of firewood poles to process that weekend, so we're going to need a lot of help. We've got a couple processors going to be there. Myself, I'm taking my splitter, tractor, a friend's conveyor, and then Eric Kennedy's got his processor that he's got up and running, that he built himself. It's a pretty wicked machine. Then I've got another customer that's going to bring a processor. So Aaron Bergen is coming from Wood for Warriors. He's coming up to help support the event, bringing his splitter and maybe conveyor. And then TKP is going to be there. Alan, he's a great guy, super great guy. He's going to be there for the weekend and help us out, and we're there to get stuff done. Not that we ain't there to loaf and have a good time, but we're there to get stuff done too. So we're going to try to process somewhere in the ballpark of 8 or 9 tractor trailer loads of firewood poles. It's all firewood poles. It's going to be good, easy stuff to process. We're going to try to cut on Friday and split Saturday, and we might run into Sunday at least. If anything, Sunday might be a cleanup day. So if anyone's able to make it, reach out to me. My email's in my description, and in my channel info. So or comment below, whatever, that anything's great. And we got to reach out to Mr. Trian from the Vietnam Veterans Organization and kind of give him a count of how many people's going to be there. So if you're able, we'd like to see you there. So until next time, guys, please like, subscribe, and share.